Hey guys, hope y'all are doing great this afternoon because it's afternoon for me. Welcome back. Okay, so I was asked to make a tutorial on how to make these tiny crepe paper rosettes. I'm looking for a piece of white paper, and let me get one of these that are a little easier to see on white. This is the white crepe paper rosette, and this is the tool that I put on the back. And they're really simple to make, that you can make a lot of them in a very short amount of time. This is hard to see the tool, but yeah, so let me show you how to do that. Okay, so the first thing I did, and I saw this on Little Hot Tamale. I know there's quite a few people out there making them, but the one that I saw was Little Hot Tamale, and I didn't even watch the whole video, but you know, I got the idea of what I was supposed to do. Okay, so what I did was I cut a strip of crepe paper about, you know, roughly 12 inches long. So I take my crepe paper, and I'm sure there's a better way to do this, although you know me, I always do it the hard way, or you know, what makes sense to me. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold your paper, your strip of paper, a couple of times, and you don't fold it down from the edges. You leave the edges the way they are, and then you take your paper and you cut it in half. Okay, and let me get my little stapler here. So you take your paper, this is what you're gonna make your rosette with. And of course, you know, we all make our rosettes, some much better than others, and I don't do that great. But anyway, so you take your crepe paper and you're gonna fold it, you know, the little edges right here, you're gonna put those together. And when you start going around, I mean, I would say you fold in about 1/8 of an inch, and you fold, you put that, I don't know if you can tell, you put that little point, you put that little point right above the one before it, okay? And then you keep going again about 1/8 of an inch. And I always look at the top more than I do the bottom, because I want my top to be round. Now they don't always come out round, but like that one right there is a little too close. But I'm gonna keep going, and then we keep going, and we're gonna do this until we complete a full circle. And like I said, some of my rosettes, I'm not good at making rosettes. Some of my rosettes come out better than others. And these small ones, the mini ones, they're a little bit of a challenge for me because my fingers are so chunky, big old sausage fingers. So I keep going around, and you're gonna start to get bulk. Just keep going. If you get that bulk, you know you're doing it right. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't even in frame. So you keep going around, folding, folding. You know, overall, I don't think my rosettes are too bad. I do have to snip a little edge here and there to make it rounder. And then we keep going until we get to the end. And see how I've used almost the entire, and don't let go, because it'll look like an accordion just exploded. And what helps me is my nail. That nail is a little bit long, so that helps me a little. Keep everything together. And then right there, I'm at the edge, and I'm gonna bring the back up just a smidge, because or the front down, either way. I'm gonna even it out a little bit, because there we go. Okay, so when you even it out like that, it kind of, you know, it's not as round as it could be. But okay, so I have that much left over. I'm gonna snip that off because I cannot fold that little piece right there. Okay, so you take I squeeze the middle part just so it'll, you know, get a little flat there, because it is pretty thick. And then again, I hold both sides. There's that side that I'm holding with my finger, and then this side I'm holding with my finger. So I hold both sides, and I take my stapler and I staple right in the center. Okay, staple that, and there is the rosette. Not too bad, guys. Of course, I've seen rosettes that are, you know, perfectly round, and that's okay. Mine, it's round enough. I don't think I'm not going to trim anything off. I think it's good enough for me. So anyway, you get two of the little rosettes for each, you know, 12-inch. Let me see. Let me bring you back out. For each 12-inch strip of crepe paper. And then I put on the back side, I put some tulle on there. And I cut the tulle just as I did in the other tutorial where I cut the fabric. Well, this is tulle. So I grabbed a piece of scrap paper. I put a couple of layers. Actually, for these, I did 4 layers of tulle. That way, and I put two cut layers of tulle per rosette, because the color shows up a lot better. So there are 2 layers of these. I don't know if you probably can't even see. There's 2 layers of the tulle on the back of this rosette, because again, the color shows up so much easier, or, you know, a little better. So I put the 4 layers of the tulle, and this is just plain cardstock. And then I take my die, and the die that I've been using is the Flower Layers and Leaf by Sizzix. And I took this size, and then I put the paper, excuse me, the paper in the tulle, and then I put the die over it. I may have gotten the wrong size. And I put the die over it, and then I put, you know, the cutting plate, bottom, and then the top. And then I fold a piece of paper in half, excuse me. And that paper I put on top of the top cutting plate, just because I can see if my die has shifted or anything. And then I run that through my machine. And then I get two of the layers, and that's what I use. But in this case, the red is pretty dark, so I am just going to use 1 layer. See how there are more layers here? There's my layer that I'm going to use, and that's because it's got, you know, glitter. So there are still 3 layers in here. There's more than 3 layers in here, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. There might be 5 layers in here still. Okay, so I take my rosette and I put my my tulle down, and I will put a little bit of glue on the back where the staple is, and then flip it over, and I will put it right, I'll leave it on my mat, put it right in the center, and make any adjustments I need to, and let it cool down. Press it in, let it cool down, and then I will lift it up with my Cricut spatula. And I don't know if it might be a little too warm still. Yeah, but anyway, so that is it, guys. There we go. And then you have your little glue on the back, and that's it. They were super cute. I am going to make some embellishments because I'm in a swap, an embellishment swap. So I am going to decorate these, and I am going to, I cut out some of my butterflies. I'm going to probably put sentiments in the middle with a flower, and I'm probably going to use a butterfly in some of them. All right, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this and you've learned something. I hope you give it a try and let me know if you do. Thanks a lot, guys, and we will talk to you later.